Welcome back to Z Coins. We dig deep into the stories behind the most valuable coins in circulation, and today we're talking about one very specific quarter that has caught the attention of collectors and investors alakites, the 2002D Mississippi quarter. But there's a twist. This particular one features something incredibly rare, the mysterious 1803 mint mark error, and yes, you heard that right, this coin is making waves with an estimated market value of $80,999. So grab your magnifying glass and let's take a deep dive into what makes this coin so special, how to identify it, and why it might just be hiding in your spare change. Let's begin with the basics. The 2002D quarter was part of the state quarters program released by the United States Mint, and this one celebrated the state of Mississippi. On the reverse side, you'll see two blooming magnolia flowers representing the states, nicknamed the Magnolia State, while the obverse side, as always, features the iconic image of George Washington. Millions of these coins were produced at the Denver Mint, hence the D Mint mark under the motto "In God We Trust," but most of them are worth just face value, unless of course we're talking about the rare and strange 1803 variant. Now here's where it gets fascinating. Some 2002D quarters have been discovered with an anomaly. Instead of just the standard mint mark, these coins show what appears to be an 1803 stamp embedded into the designates, not officially recognized as a mint error by the U.S. Mint, which only adds to the mystery. Some experts believe it could be a rare die clash or a leftover die impression from another coin. Others speculate it may be the result of an overstrike or mechanical doubling. But whatever the cause, it's clear that these coins are not common, and when authenticated they can command sky-high prices at auctions and among private collectors. So what's the value of this strange coin? Let's talk numbers, and you better sit down for this. Recent coin market analyses and online auctions have listed verified 2002D 1803 quarters for sale with starting bids as high as $30,000, and in one rare private sale, a coin in near mint condition reportedly fetched over $80,999. That's right, for a coin that technically started as 25 cents in pocket change, we're talking about a return that would make Wall Street investors jealous. So how do you know if you have one of these valuable quarters? Here's what to look for. First, examine the obverse side under good lighting. Use a magnifier if you have one. Look closely beneath the "In God We Trust" motto and near the mint mark area. If you spot any unusual numbers like 1803, or if the lettering appears misaligned or doubled, you could be holding something incredibly rare. Pay attention to fine details such as the edge of the coin, the ridges, and any abnormal surface textures. These are key indicators of a minting error. And remember, condition matters. Coins in uncirculated or proof-like states are worth significantly more than worn examples. So let's say you get lucky and find one of these coins in your collection or change jar. What now? Step 1, do not clean the coin. Cleaning can reduce its value dramatically. Step 2, get it evaluated by a professional numismatist or submit it to a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll provide authentication and assign a grade, which can make all the difference when it comes to selling or auctioning your coin. You can also compare with images and videos from trusted coin collecting forums and sites to verify its legitimacy. Once authenticated, you can list it for auction on platforms like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, or even eBay if you prefer the private route. So there you have it, the 2002D quarter with the mysterious 1803 mark, a coin that's part historical mystery, part numismatic wonder, and potentially worth tens of thousands of dollars. If you've got a jar of old coins lying around, it might be time to dig through it. Who knows, maybe you're sitting on a small fortune. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more rare coin videos, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a future treasure hunt. We are diving deep into the world of rare and valuable coins, and today's stars are the 2008 P quarter dollar and the legendary 1907 quarter. These coins might look ordinary to some, but trust me, they have a story and value that can surprise even seasoned collectors. Let's start with the 2008 P quarter. This is part of the United States Mint's famous 50-state quarters program, which began in 1999 and ended in 2008. Each quarter in this series honored one of the 50 states with a unique reverse design. And 2008 marked the final year of this ambitious and highly collectible program. Now, the 2008 P Mint mark indicates that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. One of the most talked about quarters from that year is the New Mexico quarter, which features the Zia sun symbol and a map outline of the state. But what makes this coin particularly valuable is not just its design, but its condition, rarity, and mint errors. Some 2008 P quarters have been found with double die errors, off-center strikes, or high-grade uncirculated finishes. A coin with a mint state grade of MS68 or higher, especially if certified by PCGS or NGC, can fetch hundreds and even thousands of dollars at auction. Just recently, a 2008 P quarter in pristine condition sold for a jaw-dropping $65,999. That's right, $65,000 for a modern quarter. Now that's the power of rarity and perfect preservation. But now let's rewind the clock and talk about the 1907 Barber quarter. This coin is a true piece of American history. The Barber quarter was minted from 1892 to 1916 and designed by Charles E. Barber. Hence, the name. The obverse features the classic Liberty head design, while the reverse shows an eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows and olive branches. The 1907 quarter comes in several varieties depending on the mint where it was struck. That includes the Philadelphia, Denver, and New Orleans mints, with the Philadelphia version carrying no mint mark, unlike the mass-produced modern quarters. The 1907 edition is over a century old, and its value today is based on its condition, mint mark, and historical significance. In circulated condition, a 1907 quarter can be worth anywhere from $10 to $75, but if you're lucky enough to find one in uncirculated condition or with a rare mint error, you could be looking at thousands. In fact, a 1907 Barber quarter in mint state condition once fetched over $12,000 at auction. Collectors crave this coin for its intricate detail and historical appeal. Now, you might be asking, what makes these coins so special? The answer is a combination of history, rarity, condition, and demand. A coin like the 2008 P quarter may seem too new to be valuable, but rare errors and perfect grades can skyrocket its price instantly. Meanwhile, the 1907 quarter is a classic that continues to gain value over time due to its age and decreasing availability. So how can you find one of these gems? Start by checking your spare change carefully. Look through old coin collections from family members' estate sales or antique shops, and if you're really serious, visit coin shows, join collector groups, and stay informed about current coin market trends. In today's market, coin collecting is more than just a hobby, it's an investment, and these quarters prove that whether you're holding a mint error from 2008 or a pristine 1907 classic, these coins are worth watching and protecting. And before we wrap up, here's a quick reminder to get your coins evaluated by a reputable grading service. That's the best way to know their true value and possibly discover that you've been holding onto a fortune without knowing it. We are diving deep into two special coins that have been catching the eyes of collectors and investors alike: the 2007 P quarter dollar and the legendary 1889 quarter. If you think those quarters in your pocket are just 25 cents, you might want to think again. These coins could be worth up to $50,999 depending on their condition, rarity, and historical value. So grab your magnifying glass and let's take a closer look. Transition sound. Let's start with the 2007 P quarter dollar. This one is part of the State Quarters program, specifically the Washington Quarter series. The P stands for Philadelphia Mint, where the coin was produced. Now, most 2007 quarters are pretty common. Millions were struck. But here's the kicker. Some of them have incredibly rare minting errors or high-grade finishes that make them extremely valuable to collectors. We're talking about examples with double die errors, off-center strikes, or unusually high luster and detail that score a perfect MS67 or higher on the grading scale. That's where the value skyrockets. At auction, pristine 2007 P quarters with these types of rare features have sold for thousands of dollars. In fact, one known example with a rare die clash error sold for well over $7,000. And if you happen to own a full set of 2007 P quarters in flawless condition, especially with verified certification from a reputable grading service, their combined value could reach tens of thousands of dollars. But that's just the beginning. Transition sound. Now, let's rewind the clock and talk about a true American relic, the 1889 quarter dollar. This coin was minted in the late 19th century and features the iconic Liberty-seated design. It was struck during a time when the United States Mint was still refining the look and feel of its silver coinage. The 1889 quarter is made from 90% silver and 10% copper, and it weighs 6.25 grams. What makes the 1889 quarter so valuable is its age, its limited mintage, and its historical significance. Some versions were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, while others bear the S Mint mark for San Francisco or the O Mint mark for New Orleans. And here's the jaw-dropper. Certain 1889 quarters in mint state condition can fetch anywhere from $5,000 to over $50,000 at auction. One particular 1889 quarter graded MS67 by a top-tier grading agency sold for a record-breaking $50,999. That's nearly $51,000 for a single coin that someone might have once spent on a candy bar. Transition sound. So how do you know if you're holding one of these rare treasures? First, check the mint mark. For the 2007 P, look on the obverse near George Washington's ponytail. For the 1889 quarter, the mint mark will be on the reverse beneath the eagle. Then inspect the coin for signs of wear, scratches, or errors. Coins in pristine uncirculated condition are worth the most, especially if they've been professionally graded. If you think you've got a valuable coin, don't clean it. That can reduce its value significantly. Instead, take it to a certified coin dealer or submit it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These services will evaluate your coin and assign it a grade that can dramatically influence its market value. Transitions sound right now in today's market. Both the 2007p and the 1889 quarters are being hunted by collectors who are willing to pay big money. With the rising interest in numismatics and historic American coins, prices are only going up. Whether you found one in your pocket change or inherited a dusty old coin album from a grandparent, it might be time to dig a little deeper. You never know. That simple quarter could be your ticket to a big payday. Outro music fades in. We're diving into one of the most surprising and sought-after coins in recent history. We're talking about the 2014 D Mint Mark $quarter coin. That's right, a seemingly ordinary coin that could be sitting in your pocket change or coin jar at home might be worth a small fortune. Some of these coins are selling for up to $38,999. That's no joke. So stay tuned as we uncover the fascinating story behind this coin, how to identify valuable ones, and why collectors are going wild for them. First, let's go back in time and look at the origin of the 2014 quarter series. In 2010, the United States Mint launched the America the Beautiful Quarters program. This series ran from 2010 to 2021 and featured unique designs representing national parks and other national sites from each state, territory, and the District of Columbia. In 2014, the U.S. Mint released 5 quarters featuring designs honoring sites from Tennessee, Virginia, Utah, Colorado, and Florida. Now here's where it gets interesting. The D Mint mark stands for the Denver Mint, one of the key mints in the United States. The 2014 D Mint Mark quarter represents coins struck in Denver and is often found in circulation. But not all quarters are created equal. While millions of these were minted, a few select specimens have unique characteristics that make them extremely valuable. Let's talk about what makes a 2014 D quarter worth big money. The biggest factor is condition. A flawless coin with no signs of wear, known as a mint state or MS coin, is far more valuable than a circulated coin. Coins graded MS68 or higher are extremely rare and highly desirable among collectors. Even more valuable are coins with errors or varieties. Some 2014 D quarters feature double die errors, off-center strikes, or unusual minting flaws that occurred during production. These anomalies can skyrocket a coin's value from just 25 cents to thousands of dollars. So what should you be looking for? First, check the back of the quarter for the design. One of the most talked about coins is the 2014 D Arches National Park quarter from Utah. Some of these have been found with striking errors, including doubled inscriptions and missing elements in the design. Also, look closely at the mint mark. If it appears distorted or unusual, it might indicate a valuable minting error. The grading of a coin also plays a crucial role. Coins are typically graded on a 70-point scale by professional services like PCGS or NGC. A 2014 D quarter in MS65 condition might sell for $20 to $50. But when you hit that top-tier MS68 grade with a certified error, the value can jump to tens of thousands. In fact, some recent sales of rare 2014 D quarters have reached prices as high as $38,999 in private auctions and collector markets. You might be wondering how to find one of these rare coins. Believe it or not, the best place to start is your own change. Go through your pocket coins, check your coin jars, ask friends or family. Visit coin shows or coin dealers who specialize in error coins. And if you think you have something special, don't clean the coin. Cleaning a coin can reduce its value. Instead, get it evaluated by a professional coin grading service. Now let's talk briefly about demand. Coin collecting has surged in popularity, and the market for rare U.S. coins is stronger than ever. Many collectors are specifically hunting for modern coins with unexpected value. This means coins like the 2014 D quarter are not just historical pieces. They're hot investments. To sum it up, the 2014 D Mint Mark $quarter may look ordinary, but hidden among them are rare treasures. Whether it's a pristine uncirculated coin or one with a unique mint error, it could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even close to $40,000. If you love history, Enjoy treasure hunting? Or are just curious about what your coins are worth? This is one coin you definitely want to keep an eye on. We're diving into a coin that might be sitting unnoticed in your pocket or coin jar. We're talking about the 2016 D Mint Mark Quarter Dollar, a coin that has recently made waves among collectors and numismatists because of its rare variations and surprising value in the market. Believe it or not, some of these coins have sold for as much as $25,999. So make sure you stick around to the end because we're breaking down exactly what makes this coin so special, how to spot a valuable one, and why collectors are paying big money for it today. Section 1. Background of the 2016 DQARTER. First, let's start with a little background. The 2016 D Quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series released by the United States Mint. In that year, 5 unique designs were issued featuring national parks and historic sites across the country. The D Mint mark indicates that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. While millions of these coins were produced, not all are created equal. And this is where it gets interesting. Section 2. Why this coin stands out. So what makes a regular-looking quarter from 2016 so valuable? It comes down to a few factors: low population of high-grade examples, minting errors, and collector demand. First, there are certain rare varieties of the 2016 D Quarter that were minted with errors like double dies, off-center strikes, and misaligned dies. These are mistakes made during the minting process, and they can significantly increase the value of a coin. Some quarters have also been found with missing letters, extra metal known as die chips, or even mismatched designs. If you come across one of these rare error coins, especially in excellent condition, you might just be holding on to a small fortune. Section 3. Value in the collector's market. Now here's where it gets jaw-dropping. A pristine example of a rare 2016 D Quarter has sold in private auctions and numismatic sales for as much as $25,999. That's right, from just 25 cents to over $25,000. These coins are often graded by professional coin grading services and are rated as MS67 or higher, which means they're in nearly flawless mint state. But even if your coin isn't worth that much, lesser-grade versions or coins with more common errors can still bring in hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition and rarity. So it's worth taking a very close look. Section 4. How to identify a valuable 2016 D Quarter. Let's talk about how to actually spot one of these valuable coins. First, flip your quarter and look for the D Mint mark just to the right of Washington's ponytail. That confirms it was made in Denver. Next, examine the coin closely under a magnifying glass or take it to a coin dealer. Look for signs of doubling on the lettering or numbers, cracks, die breaks, or unusual spacing. Anything that looks slightly off or unique could be a mint error. Condition is also key. A circulated coin with scratches and wear likely won't fetch a high price, but one in uncirculated condition, meaning it looks brand new, can be a hot ticket item among collectors. Section 5. Why the value keeps rising. The value of these coins continues to rise because of a few simple reasons: scarcity, demand, and grade. As collectors search for the finest and rarest examples of each year's minting, the market for these high-grade quarters grows. Also, since most people spend their quarters without ever checking them, many of the valuable ones have disappeared into circulation. That makes the rare survivors even more precious. And with the current market reaching values as high as $25,999, it's clear that the 2016 D Quarter has earned a place on the list of modern coins to watch. Closing THOUGHTS. So the next time you get change at the store or open up that old piggy bank, take a moment to check your quarters. That 2016 D Mint mark could be worth more than you ever imagined. Whether it's a small error or a perfectly preserved example, your coin might just be the one that collectors are after. Spotlight is on a coin that many people see every day without realizing its hidden value. That coin is the 2017 Quarter Dollar with a D Mint mark, and believe it or not, one of these recently hit the collector's market with a jaw-dropping price tag of $16,999. That's right, a single 25-cent coin, worth nearly $17,000. But how is that possible? Let's dive deep into the fascinating history, the features, and the reasons why this coin is turning heads in the numismatic world. The year 2017 marked the continuation of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a series launched in 2010 by the United States Mint. Each year, 5 new quarters were released, each commemorating a national park or historic site from different states or territories. The 2017 batch featured parks from Iowa, the District of Columbia, Missouri, New Jersey, and Indiana. Among these designs, one coin minted in Denver, the one bearing the famous D mint mark, has become the talk of the coin collecting community. Now let's talk about what makes this particular coin so special. First, we need to understand what a mint mark actually is. The United States Mint operates several facilities across the country, and each one uses a letter to indicate where the coin was produced. D stands for the Denver Mint, located in Colorado. Other common mint marks include P for Philadelphia, S for San Francisco, and W for West Point in general. Most Denver minted coins are quite common and don't fetch a high premium unless there's something rare or unusual about them. And that's exactly what's happening with some 2017 D quarter dollars. Let's get into the heart of the matter. So why are collectors paying thousands for this quarter? It all comes down to a perfect storm of condition, rarity, and errors. One particular 2017 D quarter has gained legendary status because it was struck with a highly unusual mint error. In numismatics, even the slightest deviation from the standard design can make a coin extremely valuable. Whether it's a double die, off-center strike, clipped planchet, or misalignment, collectors go wild for error coins. In the case of this 2017 D quarter, the error was so rare and so well preserved that it became one of the most valuable quarter dollar coins of the modern era. Graded by a top-tier service with a nearly flawless score, this coin was preserved in pristine condition, untouched by circulation and time. And when it was listed for sale, the asking price stunned even seasoned experts, $16,999. Let that sink in. A coin that could have easily been spent at a gas station or fallen between couch cushions is now valued more than many used cars. That's the thrill and mystery of coin collecting. But before you start digging through your change jar or flipping your wallet inside out, let's talk about how you can identify if your 2017 D quarter might be worth something big. First, examine the coin under good lighting. Look for any unusual markings, doubling in the text or image, and any obvious errors in how the coin was struck. Next, check the condition. Has the coin been circulated heavily, or is it still sharp and shiny with minimal wear? A mint state coin, meaning one that shows no signs of wear, is always worth more than one that's been handled and damaged over time. Finally, consider getting it graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations will analyze your coin, assign it a condition score, and seal it in a tamper-proof holder. This step is crucial if you want to sell your coin for serious money. Now, let's talk about current market demand. Since that famous $16,999 listing, demand for 2017 D quarter dollars has skyrocketed. Coin collectors and investors alike are on the hunt, scouring coin shops, online auctions, and estate sales for hidden gems. Even though not every 2017 D quarter is worth a fortune, more and more of them are being found in high grade, and prices are rising steadily. In average circulated condition, these quarters might only be worth face value or slightly above, maybe 50 cents to a few dollars. But when you find one in pristine mint state, or even better, one with a rare mint error, that's when things get exciting. Some examples have already sold in the four-figure range, one for $600, another for over $1,000. And those numbers are going up as more collectors join the hunt. So what should you do next? Go check your spare change. Look at your quarter collection. Search through rolls of coins from the bank. Because who knows, you might be holding a small piece of American history that's worth thousands. Remember, coin collecting isn't just a hobby. It's treasure hunting. And that 2017 D quarter? It might just be your golden ticket. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare quarters, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing stories from the world of numismatics. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your coins close.